Right, right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to your potentially favorite Nigerian podcast. Bear with me, your host, General Prime. I hope everyone had a fantastic, restful weekend. I'm not even going to say good weekend because which adults, like which responsible adults, has any good weekends anymore? I said restful because like all we just want to do is sleep, right? I mean, I'm not the only one that is in that boat. I'm not the only one that is in that boat or in that camp. Like every single adult right now just wants to sleep. We don't listen. They are not, as in majority of us, right? We are just like trying to get by. You understand? So yeah, I'm very sure that there'll be a very small minority that were obviously born with silver spoons in their mouths. Yeah. Let's just discount that. But the majority of us want to sleep. The majority of us just want to sleep. We just need because I mean, if you can remember when you were younger, all you wanted to do was like play, right? All you wanted to do was just be an adult, and you felt like being an adult, like you have all the time in the world to play. Nah, and then when they sent us to bed, like we would want to sleep. Just imagine you running away from sleep, bro. And then now you're an adult, you're just wishing that somebody would just send you to bed so that you just sleep and just sleep. That kind of sleep that's like, like you don't have it. How I'm sure you've seen videos online now of babies sleeping like they don't have problem. When you don't have problem in your life, yeah, that kind of sleep, that's what I'm talking about. That is what we adults want. That's why I said I hope you had a restful week, because maybe I'm just trying to say I hope you had at least, let me see, at least 3 hours of sleep like over the weekend, right? Because it's fucking crazy out there. It's fucking crazy. I don't even know how I just started ranting like this, man. So yeah, I hope everybody had a somewhat restful week. As we're looking forward into the coming week, it's like you finish one stage, your health is depleted, your stamina is depleted, your weapons are like scattered, shattered, broken, dull. Your shield is like scattered, everything. Your magic potions are like low level, and then you're entering another week now, and then you open the gates to the next level, and what awaits you is like a fucking two-headed fire dragon. So yeah, we are getting ready for the next week, man. We are getting ready for the fucking coming week. We continue the fights. So yeah. So, but that's not what I want to talk about today, anyway. That's absolutely not what I want to talk about anyway. Like for this one, I had to like really mentally get ready for it. I had to like smoke a lot, and I'm just like chilling, drinking small. You understand? So, um, what I want to talk about is today is something that I have been thinking about for a very, 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 very long time. And but it's just that when something is on your mind, like when you become like conscious of something, it's like I don't know if you've heard of the Beda Meinhof theory, frequency attribution, no, frequency bias. This phenomenon where something that you've never heard, or something that you've never seen, or like something that you've never noticed before, you suddenly notice it, and then or you suddenly see it, and then or you suddenly hear it, or maybe a word that like you've never heard of before, and then you hear the word for the first time, and then all of a sudden you start hearing the word constantly used by everyone, or you start seeing that stuff constantly everywhere, or you start hearing that thing constantly everywhere. So that's what the beta Meinhof what's it called, beta Meinhof phenomenon is, the frequency bias. So um this is something that has been on my mind for a while. After I noticed it, I started seeing it everywhere. Like I couldn't just like process it, or I didn't have the time to process it. But like I was having like little doubts. I was having like little tests. I was testing it out. I'm like, And anytime I like make it, anytime I carry out a test, like, and then I predict the outcome, and I am always right. I'm like, there's something weird going on here. It's like I've opened a little bit of the curtain of the matrix. I'm like, what the fuck? So this thing that I want to talk about today is the problem with internet idols. So, um, what I mean by internet, I mean we all know what an internet idol is. An internet idol is, we call them influencers, right? Maybe they might be YouTubers, they might be like Instagram influencers or TikTok fucking dancers or whatever. Like people that we like, that we have uh a collective cult following, or admiration towards, basically celebrities, right? Celebrity or anyone in media. Like we evolved. Do you know that? I know that I like spinning off into the unknown, but do you know that what I want to say is, um we are driven by stories. Like everything you hear is a story. Everything that someone tells you is a story. Everything that you see is a story. And I always like to say, I always like to say that there is some cosmic college student writing a thesis called "The Entire Story of All of Us," and the thesis is like the entire story of every single human being on earth that has ever lived, and every single life form and animal and like tree and plankton and atom and like microbe and like smoke and dust, every single thing that ever existed on the planet, how their stories are interconnected with each other. And that's just his cosmic university thesis to pass his PhD. So so we are being driven by stories. Like everything that we do is a story that we can pass on, um and like pass on and keep passing on. Like stories are what drives us. Do you understand? And stories are what give way to like innovation and progress and like basically fucking evolution. So everything is a fucking story. It's like there's a way I see it. I don't know how best I describe it or explain it, but I see that everything is a story, and then there are some stories that are better than some other stories, and then those stories continue begin to like have traction and grow and expand, and then the personalities in those stories begin to be like adored. And this is how basically media evolved. Do you understand? From like just stories on cave paintings, like cavemen telling stories with their paintings about how their hunts went and how their way of lives are, to like um uh early fucking barbarians, and like the let me say the old era. They were like they started telling stories through like artwork, through sculpture, through then stories evolved into like, first of all, like brutal combat games, that and then those winners became like started they started seeing they started no, they discovered champions. Do you understand? They discovered the concept of championship, and then like the champions became the original celebrities. Do you understand? People loved them. People wanted to be them. Men wanted to be them. Men prayed to gods to be them. Do you understand? Women prayed to gods to have them carry their seed, like stuff like that. So this is how basically to we evolved what's it called, celebrity worship. Like this is the evolution of celebrity worship, in my opinion. It's like this is the way I think it would have happened. Do you understand? So then it keeps evolving, as new technologies are new technologies are like discovered and created, like it evolves and evolves and evolves and evolves, and it has evolved into what it is today. Like basically, in fact, the reason why we have religion is because it's just still celebrity worship. It's like, oh my god, helps me grow the biggest tomatoes. Oh my god helps me grow. The other one say, oh my god helps me grow the biggest yams. And you be like, ah, the biggest yams? Well, my god helps me grow the fattest cows. And the other one will be like, my god helps me grow the fastest horses. And like they keep like elevating their gods, to elevating the ability of their gods. And then it like moves from who has the best farm and animal to like who like has the biggest land to like who has the biggest empire. And the other one would like to be, oh, you have the biggest empire, well, show me. Then this guy will now go and start like recruiting people and telling them that they will have like a piece of his land if they join his empire and stuff like that. And that's how it becomes like a fucking small colony. From there we entered like villages, then cities, then entire kingdoms, and now we have fucking countries. Jesus Christ! Just because the next man wanted to prove to the next man that his god was better. It's like this is how religion basically started. Like the who is trying to have the ultimate, most powerful god and most powerful hero. In fact, because most of the stories in the Bible are heroic stories. Most of the stories that we have in ancient texts and holy books are just basically stories, mostly, well, from what we understand them in our own modern era, mostly kind of fucked up and like oftentimes just like what the fuck kind of stories, you understand? And but then sometimes they have like they come with nuggets of moral lessons that we can agree to. Do you understand? So yeah, so that's why from we have things like religion. And like I always mention the book American Gods by Neil Gaiman. And he basically talks about how the gods of the old time, basically like what we understand, like the gods like Zeus, Olympus, Ra, which other god, Odin, even Jesus, even Mohammed, like I mean even African gods. Like I was even surprised when they were speaking Igbo in that show, when they were what? Yeah, and then they also have those were like the old gods, right? Then then the new gods now are like technology, celebrity, um fucking TikTok, video games, what so many I don't know, politics, just weird stuff, right? And then the old gods are trying to fight the new gods because the new gods are taking away their worshippers. So the original warriors are like kind of offended that they are being like replaced. Do you understand? So basically that's what the book is all about. So it goes to show how much we want or we like or we are just addicted to having someone that we can admire. Do you understand? Someone that we can, the majority of us can like look up to. That's why we have gods. So now, but since we most people are no longer really into like some most people would like to claim that they are Christians or they are like very religious and stuff, but all of that, everything, nobody is really that they are still there. I'm not going to say that there aren't people, but there are still people that are really quite religious. Like they're still carrying it on their head. They're carrying the thing on their head, you know, the grill. But there are people that are just religion for mouth. You understand? So that's why we have religion, right? That's why we have politics. That's why we have um let me say vestiges of authority that we can look up to. That's why we have media. That's why we have music. That's why we have like people to admire, basically. And because we have forgotten about the old gods, like we don't really like regard them anymore because we have now realized that they were created from a place of like um ignorance and um what's this word I'm looking for right now? Ignorance and fucking when you're not when you're like open insecurity, exactly. Ignorance and insecurity and like just n- with confusion. So we're just trying to like understand our world, and then we created these like beings to again tell us stories and guide us basically. So since we no longer like give them that regard again because we now know their purpose, we have now created for ourselves like these new gods that we can like worship. Like everybody has a god regardless of whether you're religious or not. Like everybody has a god, everybody has something that they worship. And let me tell you something. Sorry about that. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you one cosmic truth that nobody else will ever say. Listen, everybody has a God, and most people will say they don't believe in God, right? Most people will say I worship this God. Most people will say I worship Jesus, I worship Allah, I worship Krishna, I worship Zenu, I worship Ra, I worship Amadioha, I worship Oshun, I worship Olodumare. Like most people will like say they worship a thousand gods, right? But what they give, what first of all, one thing that binds us, like regardless of how diverse and different and unique we all claim to be, there is one particular thing that binds all of us, and that's time. Like we all have the same time, even if you, in the grand scheme of things, like in the grandest scheme of things, even if you were born and then you die like after 3 days, even if you live to be 109 years old, even if you live to be like 25, even if you live to be like 16, we all die at the same time. Like in the grand scheme of things, that's that moment we all die is like we all die at the same time. Like if you check like the grand clock, right? We have only if you're looking at the like the cosmic clock, humanity has only existed for like 0.0.00000 like 1 second. That's just how long we have existed on this in this universe. So fuck, I've forgotten where I was. I have to try to remember. I don't like. I hate it when I forgot. I hate it when I forget whatever it is I'm talking about. But through the power of editing, I'm able to find it. So what I was talking about is time. We all have the same amount of time on this in this our fucking reality, and how we spend that time is what we worship. Like people say that they are Christians, people say that they are Muslims, but they don't give like the because time is the balancing factor in our reality. They don't, and time is the most important thing. Like we have to understand that time is the most important thing. Like your money does not matter, your cars don't matter, like your career. What matters is your time, like how you spend your time, like every single second. Like just imagine that you have a gun to your head, and then they're telling you to like sing some I don't know, sing some obscure song in some obscure language in some obscure amount of in a ridiculous amount of time. Like your brain will walk over. I don't understand. I don't know where I'm going with this, but we are supposed to like spend our time ghoulishly, as in because again in the grandest scheme of things we don't have, like we are nothing, like we're just like a pentasecond, we're less than a pentasecond, right? So what we give our time to, because of how precious it is, or because of how precious it is basically what we serve, our God, what we worship. So you can say you worship God, but most of your time is spent scrolling TikTok. Like if we map out 24 hours in a day, the time you give to like TikTok or Instagram or movies or food or walk or maybe say just chill, not even doing anything. Some people are just like couch potatoes, not doing anything, not taking care of your body, unhealthy food, unhealthy habits, unhealthy work ethics, or whatever takes 51% of your time, whatever takes 51% of your time and leaves 49% to like whatever takes much of your time in an entire day is what you worship. So most people will say that they believe in God, but they don't give God time. They give like um TikTok time. They give like some following some obscure, unimpressive gossip or story or whatever. Just something to take their attention, something to give their attention to. So our attention is basically currency that we use to spend time. Do you know? I don't know if I'm making any sense. Attention is is the currency that we use to spend time. What the fuck did I just say? What? Attention is the currency that we use to spend time. Makes sense? I don't know. But yeah. So whatever we um give our attention to, we are spending time with it. Do you understand? What the fuck? Oh, this is why I like this is why I like smoking. As in, this is my happiest moment. This is how I spend time. This is what I like to spend time on. So if this is what I like to spend time on, um okay wait, what if you work like 14 hours a day, right? Is that your and you hate your job? So is that still going to be your God? That's a very good question. I just asked myself that question. I don't know how that question came to my mind. So wait, what if you're working like, because there are 24 hours in a day, right? And then you work like 14 hours, and that's like more than 50%, or should I say, yeah, about 52%, right? So um, doesn't and but you hate your job, like you hate your job so much, that cannot be your job, that cannot be your God, because you cannot like hate what the trick there, like the catch 22 days, that you have to love what you give you have to love what you give your time to, what you use your attention to pay, to spend time on. Do you understand? So if you hate your job, then that cannot be your God. So it has to be something that that you do as in willingly. Yeah, free will, that's where free will comes in. It has to be something that you do willingly. Like you have to give your time to this. Like you could be doing anything else, like you could be anywhere else, but you rather do this. Like you could literally be working out right now, you could literally be reading right now, like you have a book, like you could literally be reading right now, or you could literally be at home right now with your wife and kids, but you rather be in this hotel with this girl that would literally, well, be at home, but she's there. I don't know what the fuck am I saying. So whatever we give our time to, whatever we give our time to, like we willingly and um honestly give our time to, is our God. So the problem with that becomes when we give our time to this new god called celebrity. Well, is celebrity new? I mean, should I say modern day celebrity? Because the old time celebrities were basically gods, right? So modern day celebrities are like humans, but godlike status. Like for example, now, hold on. For example, now, someone like, let me say, Cristiano Ronaldo now. He's no longer like a footballer. Do you understand? He's no longer like a footballer. He's more, to some people he's literally God. Do you understand? Like for example now, Messi now. I talked about him in a previous like episode. He's basically God, right? He's literally basically God. I'm sure there are some, because shrines don't have to deal with candles and pictures and statues and blood of chickens and goats and stuff like that. Shrines can be pictures of your favorite celebrity hanging on your wall, you wearing his merch, or like you like having even a tattoo of him, you having like a screensaver or wallpaper. Like shrines have can come in different ways. Do you understand? So there are people that have like collections. Those are shrines. You just change the names. Do you understand? People have collections of like superheroes. You see them like sometimes when I'm watching reaction videos, and or when I'm like watching like a YouTuber like doing shit, and then like they have like collections of like you see bobblehead collections everywhere. I'm like, why are people collecting all this? Like they scammed you people. Like they told you people to like buy a bunch of all these bullshits and keep them hoping that like their values will go up. What the fuck are you doing, man? Why are people so gullible? Why are people so gullible? Like sometimes sometimes I'll see an advert on YouTube and I'll be like, this is obviously fake. It's like, who won't know? what who won't know that this is fake? Like what is know that this is established titles? The first time I just saw established titles, I was like, this is fake. It's like, wait, you're willing to, do you know how much land is? Wait, so established titles now came out and said, we are willing to give you a piece of land in Scotland, no pun intended, if you can just pay us $100, and then we'll make you a lord and title, and then we'll plant a tree in your name. What? Just like that? Okay, okay, okay. And wait, if I am now a lord, right? Does that mean that I have free visa to Scotland? Because obviously I'm now royalty, right? I'm now a royal person. So if I am a lord, hmm, so does that mean that like I have like free, as a Nigerian, I have free visa to fucking Scotland? This is obviously fake. It's like, and then when I see like YouTubers promoting it out, and I always leave a comment that this is fake. This is fake. I always leave a comment. This is fake. I'll like type like, this does not make any sense. And it eventually came out that established titles was a scam. I'm like, right. I mean, right. I've been saying it for a very long time. So when I see things like that on YouTube, I'm like, this does not make any sense. But yet people still fall for it. So to go back to what I was saying, I'm sure people like have shrines of Messi and Ronaldo. Like people have shrines of their favorite celebrities. People literally worship, like there is literally something called celebrity worship, because why else will something like fucking paparazzi exist? Like why else will people wake up in the morning with their cameras that they will save to buy camera, so that they can wake up in the morning, dress up, go to like a famous person's house, stay there, sit down, and use their like long range camera and be like trying to figure out the life of that person, so that they can get pictures of that person that they can sell to the tabloid, so that the tabloid will like publish it and say this is what this famous person was doing. It's like telling stories. Like why do people do this? Like why do paparazzi, if you're a paparazzi, like what went through your mind when you were a child? Like what was going on in your life? If what was going on in your life, if when you were a child, like that led you into being a paparazzi? Like why? why do you care so why do you care so much? Why do you care so much? Like, why, if you need money, why is that the way for you to get money? Like, why? To like just the following famous people? What, are you a fly? What the fuck? So, but to me, paparazzi don't make any sense, but they exist. And so there's literally something called celebrity worship because paparazzis exist. So we idolize. In fact, there's something called American Idols. Do you understand? We idolize people that are like at the top of their game, like like at the best of the best. We idolize warriors. We idolize everybody that's, I don't, for some strange reason, strange reason, we also envy, but we idolize more than we envy. In fact, we envy them. We want to be like them, obviously. So we idolize all these people and we like give our attention to them. But the problem now becomes when it's like n- nobody is perfect. You understand? Like nobody is perfect. So all these people that we there are some people that we idolize, obviously, that that inspire us to be better and like to unite us. Like there are people that we idolize, obviously, because they are good, like they are almost objectively good for, yeah, basic, I don't know, people like, let me see, you understand what I'm saying now, like m- fucking Mahatma Gandhi, Malcolm X, what's his fucking name again? MLK, Martin Luther. Why, Jesus Christ? I just fucked. I just upset the entire black community. Anyway, like all these people, right? JFK, all of them. So, and it's okay. Like it's acceptable to admire them because of what they believed in and because of where they steered us towards. Um, these are okay to admire, but then there are other toxic people that, in fact, those ones are the ones that people admire the most, and I don't understand why. Like, why? What's here? See. Let me just ask one question. What do people see in? Well, let me just ask this question. What do people see in like reality TV? Like, why? What is the I want to understand the psychology behind reality TV. Like who cares? Like, obviously a lot of people care, because if people don't care, um no, if people don't care, like, then it won't make money and it won't get like, it won't exist, basically. If people don't care, it won't exist. Like I said before, what we give our time to is, like, what we spend our time with is what we worship. You understand? So reality TV does not make any sense to me, but apparently it does to a lot of people. And why will why will people clamor towards these Kardashian people? Like, it has never made any sense to me. But apparently, a lot of, it's like I'm living in a way, as in, it's like I am, what is this, like, I don't know if you saw Marvel's What If, when the seer was like, there is a seer that like observes everything in a universe, in the multiverse, basically. So it's like I'm the seer. I'm just like observing. Like, again, I've said this before. I grew up with this solipsistic worldview, even before I even knew what it was. So I always felt like everything around me was fake. Like everybody, everything around me was like, just like, what is the name of this movie that Jim Carrey was in? That he everything around him was fake. Fuck, I've forgotten the name of the movie. Let's look it. Let me Google it. Fuck. Jim Carrey, Jim Carrey, why fake movie? I don't know, right? Jim Carrey fake movie. Uh, Hold on. It's ah. I wish I could. I wish I can just remember the name without like checking it, looking it up. Oh fuck. Hold on. All right, I got it. What's it called? The Truman Show. Right. Sometimes I feel like I am in the like I'm in the Truman Show, and I'm like just well, in his case, he was beginning to observe gradually, and yeah, it's true. Exactly. Like, has anybody else ever like felt that way? Like they're the true man should like just observing the weird things happening in the world, like, and you don't understand why. Like you're just observing things, and you're looking at it in an entirely absurd uh, viewpoints that nobody else can understand or seem to comprehend, and like then when you like try to share it or when you want to talk about it, like they look at you weird and like what the fuck is that, like what is the name of that movie? I don't even know. I've actually not even seen the movie, but I've seen clips of it, of that movie, of that guy that there's these glasses that he wears that will show the true reality of how things are. It's like, and then when he pulls out the glasses, you see shops everywhere, you see fashion trends everywhere, you see fucking consumption, people on their phone, taxis, everything, everybody hustling and bustling. And then when he puts the glasses on, like you just see monsters and everything is blank and everything is the same and bland and stale and insipid and just fake and equalizing and balanced and just there. You understand? Like the reality is fake at the end of the day. So that is how I see. That is just. I'm not going to say that my own is as intense as that, or or I am that woke. I'm not that woke, but sometimes I just feel like there are things that don't make sense, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels that way. You understand? So things like this fucking reality TV stuff, like people just following celebrities, like why will you love a celebrity? Like when you look at all these celebrities like their Instagram accounts, like okay, the reason why I brought up Cristiano Ronaldo, because he's the most followed people, he's the most followed person on Instagram, right? About two. Just imagine there are 200 million Nigerians in Nigeria, or I don't know if there are 200, there are 200 million Nigerians probably in Nigeria, or maybe probably all around the world, but 200 million Nigerians in Nigeria, I assume. And just imagine 200 million, the entire 200 million Nigerians following one person. That means Nigeria will better now. That means Nigeria will better. So that is how many followers this guy has on Instagram. Like that is how many people. I don't know, maybe some of them might be bots. Some of them might be bots. So, but that is how many people that are following this guy on Instagram. Tell me that if you're a pastor and you have 200 million people in your church, tell me that you have no blue. Ah, Jesus Christ. See, another thing I want to say is that I know Nigerians. See, there's another thing I've noticed. I'm sure that at least at least once, it has happened that the amount of baskets that they shared for offering in one of these big churches, like these very big giant churches now, the amount of offering that they shared, that the amount of baskets that went out, and not the amount of baskets that returned, like somebody somebody took the money. That's why in these big churches now, you have to stand up from your seat and go to the front where there are big giant bags. And no, even if there are big giant bags in front of the altar, when they wrap the bags, somebody is still like, well, I don't know, man. I don't know where I'm going with this. But what I'm trying to say is that If a pastor has 200 million followers, then that pastor has blue. So I mean, and I mean 200 adoring, fervent, like loyal followers. Then I mean that pastor has blue. So just imagine Cristiano Ronaldo has like 200 million followers on his Instagram account. Some of them might be bots, but who cares? 200 million followers dedicated to this guy. And like how we know that's like um they're dedicated is that like every of his posts like 1 million likes, 2 million likes, 5 million likes. Like what the fuck, really? So these are people that like are, as in, positively influential. That is the best word I can think of, like positively influential. Like they are worship, they are basically the good gods, right? Like for example, now in the old days, in the old time. So some people used to worship like good gods, while others worshipped like evil gods. So um, there are now other people that are worshiping like Kim Kardashian, because someone like Ronaldo will inspire you to be like a better person, like to go out to um um hone in on your skills, like to sharpen your skills, your experience. If you want to like play football or be a footballer, somebody like Ronaldo will inspire you to be better. But someone like, let me say, someone like, let me say, Kim Kardashian now. I don't want to be sexist by using a female example, but who fucking cares? Jesus Christ, just say Kim Kardashian. Who will kill you? Jesus Christ. Someone like fucking Kim Kardashian, like setting up all these unrealistic female standards. Like, okay, now see, there's another thing I've noticed. Why is it that in the world of like the hip hop music industry, we have there are men, like the male rappers that's yes, I know that there are a lot of this stupid gangster fucking rap. Like music now is no longer the same. Like, do you remember when we used to look forward to like Lil Wayne music, the YMCMB record, like DJ Khaled, all these like Jada Keys, Jay Z, like all of Eminem, all of them, Kanye West, P Diddy, Usher, all these like old guys, like old music, old classic music. We used to look forward to them, but now these days, like music is no longer like enjoyable. They're just giving chaff and nonsense, mostly nonsense. And sometimes there'll be like something that's really really good, and then most of us that like have good ears will like gobble up on it, and then continue being hungry for more, because it's like there used to be a time when like music was really good, but now we just have chaff, right? So why is it that we have like male rappers that, even though we have all these like stupid ass dumb star, what they call them, like trap music and stuff like that, even though we have like a lot of that, why is it that we have like male rappers that make positive music, that make like thoughtful music, like let's say that make music that will make you like think or invest your money and stuff, like why is that we have grown men rappers, like people that grow up, like for example now, like for example, let's say Jay-Z in the past used to like rock chains, he used to like rock a lot of jewelry, but now he's a lot more subtle and minimalist and like laid back, and he does not like need to like flaunt. He does not need to flaunt. You don't need to flaunt $1 billion. You understand? You don't need to flaunt it. You don't need to. So, but the people that don't have it are the ones that try to flaunt it. I like to they want to show that they have it. But people that have it, they don't want to like. Why wait? Why am I showing? I have it, bro. Do you understand? I have it. I have it. You understand? So why is it that we have all these like positive, these rappers that like send positive message, like Eminem, Jay-Z, J. Cole, Nas, fucking K Dots, like why is it that Kendrick Lamar, I know K Dots, but Kendrick Lamar, why is it that we have like all these positive rappers that send out positive messages, Nipsey Hussle, but we don't have a lot of, we don't have any fucking female rappers that that send out positive female messages. Let's say, well, apart from let's say, what is her name again? Um, fuck, not Whitney Houston. Like, fuck. I have to like. Why did I forget her name like this? She did a song recently with Nas, Nobody. Um, fuck. Let me see if I can play the song. So you remember her name. Lauren Hill. Yeah, I've remembered her name. Lauren Hill. But she's low key. But we don't. But in the mainstream media, we don't see like we don't see female rappers like sending out positive message like in the mainstream. I know that there might be some that do underground music and like we've not yet heard of like in mainstream, but there are not a lot of like all the main ones are like fucking like the main male rappers like Jay-Z, Eminem, Nas, um J. Cole, fucking Kendrick Lamar, like the main ones are like they're positive, right? But the female main ones, yeah, what is her fucking name? Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, who else? What's the other one? Something something the Stallion. What the fuck? What the fuck are these people saying? Most of the like their songs are just disgustingly disgusting. Like it's like in all those see, I don't listen to music. Do you know one thing I appreciate in music? It's like when someone sits down and like really thinks of the music they want to make and like lays it down, and it has a lot of complexity to it, and it's just rich and effortless and filled with talent. Do you understand? Like for example, now when you're listening to, let me say, J. Cole, or when you're listening to like the new Kendrick Lamar album, it's like this guy sat down and really thought of this stuff. Like there are some things that they will say and it will just baffle you, right? Just like, wow, this person really gave this thing thoughts. You understand? But then there are other kind of rap music that you listen to and you be like, what is this now? What is this? So that's why I don't listen to all this like fucking new. Okay, let me just give you one big giant proof. Remember when Lil Wayne, when you see that Lil Wayne is like featured in a track, or when he drops something, you know that every single one is fire. Like every single, like for example, now I can remember. Let's say the first time I watched what is the name of this song? It's not all I do is win. Is the one DJ Khaled did with T Pain and Rick Ross. Welcome to my hood. Yes. Oh, I remember it. The first time I watched Welcome to My Hood and I saw that Lee Wayne was there, like bro, I know I love Rick Ross, but it wasn't really Rick Ross's part I was looking forward to. I know I love fucking what's his name, T Pain, but it wasn't really T Pain's part I was looking forward to. But it was just Lee Wayne's part, because every time this guy speaks, like you're inspired, like his words, everything, the lyrics, everything just makes mad sense. You understand? But now living these days now, it's just stale and it's just like it does not make any sense. I don't know why he's trying to sound like all these new age rappers. Like I don't know why he's not. Look at Eminem is like sticking to being himself. I don't know why Lil Wayne chose the route of sounding like all these fucking, like Lil Wayne used to have his own unique sound. Do you understand? He used to have his own like unique sound. Like this is when you hear it, like, oh yeah, this is Lil Wayne. Do you understand? But now he's sounding like all these weird rappers that all sound the same, and like music now is just like cardboard paper. It's like it's like I don't even listen to. I have to like curate it carefully if I want to listen to something. Like mostly just basically like five, or let me say 6 or 7 people that I just listen to these days. So like music has to be something that like centers me, and I take it very 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 see I take it very very seriously. And let's go back to this whole the problem with celebrity idol shit that I want to talk about today, because I've just like spiraled off into another thing entirely. What the fuck is wrong with yourself? Listen, the problem with celebrity idol is that mm, we always give our time and our attention to people that are imperfect. That is just it. because I've been noticing this thing for a very long time. Like anybody, and I don't know, I always have this keen, should I say, instinct or premonition about it. Like, and it's always spot on. And another thing again is another thing I want to say about that again is I don't like saying I don't like talking about this because it's kind of weird to me. It might not be weird to you, but it's kind of weird to me because anytime it happens to me, I don't like it, but it's always in my face. But I cannot do anything about it. The only way I've kind of like figured out the way to like cope with it is like I just look away. Do you understand? So what I'm saying is that anytime I smoke and I'm high, like sometimes when I smoke and I'm high, right, and I'm watching something, let's say I'm watching a movie, right, or let's say I'm watching, let me say, a YouTuber, or I'm just watching something, or I'm looking at somebody, right. It always happens that if it's a movie I'm watching, let's say like I'm watching a movie, and there's someone in the movie doing something, I will no longer see the character. What I will see is like the real life actor. Do you understand? And so when that mask is pulled off and you're no longer looking at the character in the movie and you're looking at the real life actor, you now start like speculating and talking to yourself about, oh, look at this guy now, he's doing this thing right now just so that he can get money. He probably does not like it. He's just doing it. Look at his face, he's just acting, he's just like playing a part just so he can get money to put food on his table. Basically everything in this world is to get money and put food on your table so that you can eat. And so look at this young girl, she's very beautiful. She has allowed them to do this kind of thing to her so that she can play this part and so that she can get money to put food on her table. When she was a young girl, did she ever think that this is what she's going to be when she grows up? It's like all these fucking things, like the mask of everybody comes off, and I'm able to like just see people and see, and it's kind of weird to me because I don't like it. It's like fucking, why am I thinking about this weird stuff? So to go back to what I was saying, this might, I know that sounded weird, but I don't know. I just wanted to like say something about it to not sound crazy. But to go back to what I was saying, people um admire imperfect people like for no reason. At least to me, oh, doesn't make any sense to me. And I'll give you some examples. Like see, for me personally, I don't follow anybody. Like I don't follow any celebrity, or I don't like any celebrity. Do you understand? Like I don't like any celebrity enough to want to follow them and to know everything, every aspect of their life or something. I might like maybe your art style or your, let me say, your posts, or well, I mean basically everybody likes them because of their posts. But the reason I might like you might not be because of what you're known for. Do you understand? Might be because maybe you have a cat that you post, or maybe you have like a car that you're working on, and I would like to like see the finish. I would like to see a post where the car is finished or something like that. Or like I once subscribed to Rich Rebuilds because he was building a fucking um minivan, sorry, like a fucking camper van, and it took him like weeks to like churn out episodes, and I had to like subscribe to him just because of that. And after like the whole thing was like done, I unsubscribed. So I might follow a celebrity because of something that they are doing in particular, and then when they are done with it, like I like unfollow them. It's like I'm not really that into celebrities or like media personalities or stuff like that, because it's weird. You understand? Like because I know that everybody is imperfect. Like I know that yes, as talented as you are, it doesn't make you the holiest or the best or the most intellectual or the most informed or the most eloquent. Do you understand? Like let me say let me say the people that I find intriguing online. Let me say the people that I quote unquote worship, because everybody, like I said before, everybody has a god. And you might not be a religious person and and your God does not have to be a quote unquote temporary contemporarily religious, like what we all understand religion to be, like in the most common sense of it. You understand? But in reality, your God is, like I said before, what you give your time to. So, um, yes, even if you are an atheist, you must have a God, even if it's not going to have to be in the religious sense of the word. Even if you're an atheist like me, everybody has a God, right? Everybody has something that they give most of the time of they enjoyably give most of the time of their day to. So, um yeah. So if you have someone that you're following, like for example, now if I like the people I follow on Instagram, the people that I basically worship, right? For example, now someone like Jordan Peterson, someone like Joe Rogan, right? People that I looking at, as in checking out their posts to like hear or to like see what they say, or even like on Spotify, stuff like my most listened to fucking podcast. It's Joe Rogan's, the JRE, right? So everybody has their God. So even these people that I follow, right? I still follow them and cautious, and also being cautious of the fact that they too might be they too are imperfect people. You understand? Like for example, now let's take an example of someone that everybody loves. Let's say Keanu Reeves, right? Everybody loves Keanu Reeves. Everybody talks about how he's a good person, he's kind-hearted, he's gentlemanly, he's friendly, he's philanthropic, he's this and that. Everybody like just talks positively about him. But there's always this like voice in my head that just tells me that, well, let's hope that he remains that way. Like, let's hope that all these things that he's doing and all these things that people are saying about him will forever be true, and it will be the only thing that people will ever say about him. Let's hope that there is no like demon in the closet or something like that, because while so far it has been that way, there are other times that there are other times that um I've noticed when people will be like giving somebody adoration, and then it will come out that the person did some horrible thing, and it always happens. It always happens. Like anytime I just see some, like, if people, I don't know if you guys know this fucking guy. What's his name? David Dobrik. Like, even before David Dobrik, there was a what's his fucking name? James Charles. What's the other one's name? This guy, this fucking guy that this I bro, I used to hate this guy, this fucking gay guy. Um, I need to remember his name. Something Shane. Fucking fuck. What's his fucking name? Shane Dawson. Yes. Bro, fucking Shane Dawson, bro. I fucking hate this guy. Ah, this guy fucking. I just first time I saw this guy, I was like, I hate this guy. What the fuck? I hate this guy. This guy is just weird, right? And I'm like, I know that there's something weird about this guy. So when the guy now started blowing up, I'm like, why is everybody loving this devil? Like, this guy is evil. Why can't anybody see that this guy is evil? And then he now started coming out that this guy is like a child molester. He's showing pedophilic tendencies. He's showing bestial tendencies towards his dogs. Like, this fucking weird guy. It's now blew up that this is something that he does all the time. He's also racist. I was like, ah. Then everybody now finally saw it. Everybody now finally saw what I was seeing, and well, he got cancelled, I guess. And I don't know. The internet has its way of, um, well, justice. I don't know. And then the next person, maybe again, people now started like fucking liking, or should I say liking, in fact, was this James Charles person. And the same thing again, I was like, why is everybody like, what is so special about this one? Everybody's just like want dying for. It does not make any sense to me. Came out that him too is also like a predator. Um, then the next person again, what is his fucking name? David fucking Dobrik. It's like this guy was he every the when he was I don't even know who is listening to this thing that I'm talking about now, and I don't even know why anybody would care about what I'm saying. But I'm just trying to like make you understand where I'm coming from, and make maybe you might not know, you might not even know these people I'm talking about though, because I'm sure most of the the audience I have are mostly Nigerian. So I don't think any of you know this one. Because myself, I don't even like Nigerian celebrity culture. There's no that one. Let's not even go there. But what I'm saying is that um, if you don't know these people, it's fine, it's cool. But yeah, when everybody was not like, I don't know, this Dobrik character, everybody was just like, it's like, why is everybody for? Why does it? What do people see in this guy? What's so charming or so funny or so like attractive about this person? It does not make any sense. He's weird. Can't everybody see that he's weird? Can't everybody see that he's like playing a character? Like, can't everybody see that this there is something odd? There's something odd behind that smile. Then it now came out that this guy is a fucking psychopath. It's like, duh, right? I mean, shit. It took you that long to figure it out. Like, then so I always have all these weird feelings towards all these celebrity people. And that's why I don't like following celebrities, because I always see them as like just normal people that's for some strange reason people people like. You understand? And I don't like following celebrities. Even the music I listen to, like I like there's like I said before, like I like curating my music. I've said like 10 times in like 2 seconds. I just fucking weird. But anyway, like is the most used um sentence filler, or should I say, yeah, sentence filler, word glue, word glue. Like, so anyway, um, what was I saying? What was I saying right now? I like curating my music. My music, I like quality music. Like, I like something that will touch you, like that will enter the soul. Whether it's rap, whether it's like R&B, whether it's like folktale music, whether it's indie music, whether it's even like I hardly have African music, Nigerian music in my phone. But when I do, it's something that is classic. That is something that is instantly timeless. Do you understand? Something worth giving your attention to. Basically, that's what I'm saying. So, but then at the end of the day, I might not even like the artists. You understand? Like, I might not even like the artists. I might not like the artists. Like, I might just have one song in an album from one artist. Like, that is it. That is how my playlist is. That is how my like my audio library is. I might just have one song from one artist because I just like, and then I'll check out all other songs, and they might not like appeal to me, and I won't like give my attention to them. I won't download them or something. So that's just how much that's just how far I try to like keep myself away from all these like celebrity worship, because to me these people are like are as insecure and as imperfect as me. So no matter how much they are, no matter how like talented they are in like every aspect of life or something, they are still humans, and there's no need to like give them like follow the like you see people waiting in line to get autographs from celebrities. Like, what is wrong? Why? What goes when they're dressing up to go to these events, these red carpet events? They're dressing up, they're getting excited. Like, why are you getting excited when I'm going to go and like get an autograph from Chris Evans or from fucking Jennifer, whatever? I don't know. Oh, damn, man, it's crazy. It's fucking crazy. Like, celebrity worship is mad, and it always leads to many negative things. A lot of negative things, because people will not start, when your imagination comes into play, people will not start doing, people will not start overdoing, and overdoing will often lead to like bad consequences. Like when you're following Kim Kardashian now and you're trying to look like her, bro, what will you not do? What will many girls not do to look like Kim Kardashian and to look like to look like their idol? What will you not do to look like your idol? That's why priests wear white and are minimalistic in their attires. That's why let me see. That's why, which other example can I give now? That's why the Muslims dress a certain way and they cover themselves or whatever. That's why. mm, Well, I don't know um, any other example that I can give, but people would like to look like their people like to look like their idols, right? That's why people get like tattoos of them. That's why there are costumes of fucking what's his name, king of fucking rock and roll. Fuck, if what's his name again? The king of rock and roll now. What is his name? Wait, let me see. Who is the king of rock and roll? Um, Elvis Presley. Yes, thank you. Ah, Elvis Presley. That's why like there are a lot of Elvis Presley costumes everywhere. I don't know, man. So people like to look like their idols, right? So that's why people would like to pay money to do surgery to look like someone like Kim Kardashian, and so that they can feel closer to her, so that they can feel like they are her. That's why we have all these fucking impersonators, and it's not good for you. And I don't like following all these celebrity people because, like I said before, they are they are humans. They are humans and they are imperfect. And when and my perceptions or my let me say observations always come to reality, because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it always comes out that they are fake. Celebrities are always fake. Like for example, now let me another example I can give is this what's his name? Deliver fucking what is his name? Deliver is it Deliver Man? What? Deliver King. Yeah. Deliver this jacked up, fucked up guy that claims that by eating liver and eating raw liver and fucking testicles that he can be as jacked as him. And another person again is Andrew Tate. Is even Andrew Tate I even want to talk about self, because isn't it obvious? It's like even the Andrew Tate and this Liver King, like isn't it obvious that they are playing a character? Like you can see it, right? You can literally see it. As in, you can literally see it, right? Like how did a lot of men, because basically their demography is mostly men, like from men of like from 16 to even 50 self. So that's their demographic. That is the age range of their core audience, right? And they are mostly men. So um how did most men not see this? How? Because obviously what you give your time to, that time turns into like into bigger status. So when you give them your time, you also give them your money, and that money makes them rich, and that wealth like proves helps them prove the points that they're trying to make to you, so that you can be like them. It's like a vicious circle, right? But how did many people not see it? Like how did you not see that the Liver King is an obvious fake? Or should I say um Andrew Tate is an obvious fake? Like how did you not see it? Why did you why did you listen to this person for the first time and only choose to accept the basic obviously known truths that everybody is supposed to know because of common sense, and then you did not like see the rest of the red flags everywhere else? Why did you do that? Like can you not see? So when people like clamor to these people, I'm always like, why are you doing that? They are obviously fake. These are like two very basic ready examples. It's the same thing. It's also the same thing with religion. I I know I like bringing religion because it just ties to everything. But it's obviously still the same thing with religion. It's like um for example, now all these Nigerian pastors, right? I don't how do people not see it? If I again when I feel like I when I'm feeling like I'm in a solipsistic reality, it's like people might say I'm crazy or something. Like, how are you not seeing that somebody like Apostle Suleiman is fake? He's like, can you not see it? And even this what is this other guy's name? This Igbo guy, Odumi, is it Odumije? Like, how can you not see that this person is fake? Like, look at him. Just look at him. Look at his posture. Look at everything that he talks about. How how do you think that this is a person that God can use as his vessel? And even if there is a God that decides to use this person as his vessel, that is going to make this person use this method to portray, like, it doesn't make any sense that people will follow these people, but yet they still do. I have run out of weed and I have run out of alcohol. But anyway, to close, let me tell you how, if you're someone that have noticed these things that I've been talking about, or someone that doesn't like don't like being like shoved, shown all this like all this dumb stuff that I've been talking about for a while, and don't like the whole celebrity worship culture and stuff like that, and you're looking for a way to get out of it, or you're looking for a way to like evade it, or not like get trapped by it. um I want to like give you ways, should I say ways, or maybe give you clues that can help you navigate through all the bullshit. Number one is let me say, just when you know when, for example, now the because there are a lot of Jesuses that always sprout up from time to time, and the latest Jesus was there was Kevin Samuels, there was like Patrice O'Neill, there was like all these guys that like talk that all these people, and then the latest one was Kevin Samuels, and then now Andrew Tate, and now Andrew Tate is gone because they always go, like they either always just somehow disappear or they die. And Kevin Samuels died, even though like even when people were even like started to follow him, when he started to like expand or explode or get more popular, because apparently what he was saying was, I don't know, gospel. It has to be gospel now because it's obviously a religion. Like, we're all in cults. Every single one of us. We're all in one form of cult or another, or religion or something. So even when people were even following that one self, I was like, well, this what he's saying sort of makes sense, and but somehow people just accept it and follow him and just like take everything that he says. Yeah, of course they have to. It's all part of the plan. It's all how the game works. It's all what oils the machine. So he was not like a celebrity to some sorts, and he then died. And then Andrew Tate now like overshadowed him and continued started blowing up, and the things he was saying were outrageous and just odd, and sometimes make sense, and like, and he's always, bro, this guy is fucking, I don't know if you've really just listened to Andrew Tate speak. It's like he's so fucking eloquent, and he talks so fast, and he never makes any mistake. It's like, what the fuck, how are you saying, look at me, I'm doing this podcast, and like I make a lot of mistakes. I make a lot of like errors. I'm not as eloquent. Like, I don't use as much vocabs. As like, I'm just being. But this guy is like so smooth when he's talking, and as he's smooth like that, obviously somebody like that has to be influential, because many influential people are smooth talkers. Like, it's it's just how you carry yourself. It's all in how you carry yourself. So this guy is just a smooth talker. He's so eloquent. He's so precise and so on point with everything that he's saying. So I can see why a lot of people will clamor towards him. You understand that? I can see why a lot of people will like take everything that he's saying without with will will like take everything that he's saying hook, line, and sinker, right? But then nobody tends to like remember that he's also human, and him too, he also has a god. You understand? Like everything, even the see, there's a saying. Yeah, it's something that someone said one time. I don't know if it's a saying. Someone said, Beyonce is a celebrity to celebrities. You understand? Like, because there is this post I saw one time where celebrities were excited to meet Beyonce, like real A-list celebrities being excited to meet Beyonce. So like someone now left a comment that Beyonce is a celebrity to the celebrities. So, but then again, also Beyonce too, as high tier as she is, she too also has a god. So every single one of us, no matter how high you are, no matter how low you are, you have a god. You have something that you spend your time with. You spend most of your time on. It might be good, it might be bad, it might be unhealthy, it might be whatever, but you have a god. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Every single person has a god, and even Andrew Tate too. So even Andrew Tate too has a god. And now, as he's been blowing up, and right now he has gone. He has been arrested, and it now turns out that apparently he's a sex trafficker, and he has like websites where get like websites for cam girls. Like, she have talked about this thing before. The reason why um I just don't like all this cam girl stuff, and mainly fucking Asian porn. I don't like porn in general. The reason why is because most of all these girls, like, okay, there is this I don't know if you know this channel on YouTube, Soft White Underbelly, where like people, I've talked about it before, right? Where you hear stories of like the bottom of the bottom percent, or the bottom of the bottom of humanity. Like, that's why it's even called Soft White Underbelly. So there's this prostitute that was talking about her story, and it was just tiring. God. Like, everything she said just kept making you like lose more and more faith in humanity. It's like she would just like say something, and you'd be like, ah, God, what's this? Then she say something again, and you'd be like, ah, now wow. It's like, that's why I don't like porn. Let me not go far because I wanted to now say on that thing again. That's why I don't like porn, because all these people, mostly Asians and mostly which other country again? And all these cam girls, not Asian, like all these cam girls and Asians. Like, I don't like their porn, because I know the story of Yeonmi Park that escaped from North Korea, and she had to be like a sex worker. So in China, so this is what most of all these girls are, and jacking off to that shit is like fuck. I can't. No, I can. No matter how horny someone is, I just can't. And um, it, my conscience won't allow me. Do you understand? That's why I don't like porn. That is why I don't like porn. So maybe people that like porn are maybe people that are oblivious to all these things I'm saying. So apparently, this is what Andrew Tate does. Like, this is what he's into. He's into the cam girl business, and he basically, apparently, from everything that we've heard so far, apparently he kind of um kidnaps girls, but not like forcefully, but he deceives them basically to come to Romania, and then like he traps them and forces them to basically slavery, sex slavery, forces them to like work for him and do bro, it's fucked up, man. So if this is your god, if you're an Andrew Tate follower, and it turns out that everything everything that they're saying about him is true, because it has to be true, because if it isn't true, then then I mean his status as god, he'll become the most high god. Like if everything like they're saying about this Andrew Tate now turns out to be a lie, that he's not doing all these things, like, do you know how many more followers, and do you know how many more like, do you know how many more worshippers he'll gain? Do you know how higher his godlike statue will be if everything that they're saying about him is untrue? So it all has to be true, because why else would they go this route? I know that the government can do some fucked up shady shit. Like I was just watching this documentary now, um, about what's his name? I was just watching this documentary about Julian Assange, how like he exposed the U.S. military for basically committing war crimes, and now they're now trying to kill him. Right? I know the government can do some shady shit, so let's hope that this time around, like what this shady shit that they're doing is actually true. That this guy is actually a sex trafficker, because if he's not, bro, he's going to explode positively. But let's say now that you're a follower, right, and you're an avid follower of what's his fucking name, Andrew Tate, and now you're hearing all this shit about him. I know that obviously you're going to be in denial, because people that are worshippers of celebrity worshippers, there's this thing called head mentality. Like everybody has this head mentality. Oh, this celebrity. It's just the same thing with religion. Like my God is better than, we've always had this head mentality, like my God is better than yours. So it's the same thing now we're doing with religion, where with celebrity worship now, like my celebrity is better than yours. Like you see comparison of, like, let me say, seemingly same characters of like Marvel movies and DC movies. Like for example, now they will compare Iron Man with Batman. They will compare Superman with like Captain America. They will compare like the Flash with I don't know. They will compare. You understand what I'm saying now? So everybody has this head mentality of my side is better than you, and it's in every aspect of our life. Like the music I listen to is better than the, even myself. I always I'm like I am guilty of it too. Like the music, I'm always like saying my music taste is better than everybody else's music taste. It's like, who cares about your music taste, bro? um my football team is better than your football team. This movie, my favorite movie, is better than your favorite movie. My political party is better than your political party. My political view is better than your political. That's why we have like the lefties, the conservatives. Like we have just so much chaos, because everybody is trying to, like I've said before, suck it to the next man that they are better in some way or shape or form. And that's why we have all this. That's why we have celebrity worship, and that's why we have all these people that we clamor towards, and we give our adoration and time and attention to, for no reason, for no um for no like really good logical reason. We just do it because it's easy and it's fast and it's enjoyable, and the dopamine is cheap. So let's say that you're an avid follower of this guy now, Andrew Tate now, and even though initially you have this denial that he couldn't have done this thing, but then you obviously will eventually come to terms with reality that there is a possibility that he could have done them. So what do you now do? Do you stop believing in your God? Like, do you become an atheist to Andrew Tate? Like, do you become, like, it still follows that same line of when a Christian at some point in time in their life will kind of question their faith, right? So what do you now, as an Andrew Tate fan, like as an, like I've seen people that like draw tattoos of Joe Rogan, of Andrew Tate, of celebrities, which is weird. Like, people draw tattoos, like you want that to be on your body. That's when I say that, this is why I say that consciousness is consciousness, like not everybody has the same level of consciousness. Not everybody has the same level of consciousness, and it's like, because why would you want to like make have a tattoo? First of all, you already understand that tattoos last forever, and you know that, yet you want to have the tattoo of this person's face or name on your body forever. Like, why do you think that your adoration for that person can last that long? Things change all the time. Like, why what is wrong with you? 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 What is your own problem? Why? So what will be the next thing that you as an Andrew Tate fan will do? Like, will you double down and like continue showing your support and keep having the faith that um he's going to be what is the word now, fucking acquitted? What is there's this particular word I'm looking for, exonerated, and it will turn out that he's innocent after all, thereby solidifying his godlike status? Or are you going to like sheepishly, or should I say not sheepishly, are you going to like leave the religion and lose your faith in him, because maybe whatever it is you that attracted you to him is not what he, after all, um he is not what he turned out to be? Like, are you just going to like look for another god? Because ultimately, the reason why we are the reason why we keep chasing and keep looking for gods is because we want to be happy. uh I've been talking for a very long time. Yeah, it's because we want to be happy. Ultimately, maybe it's something I'll talk about in another episode, but yeah, for today's episode, I'm just talking about the problem with internet idols. They are not as reliable as, or they're not as or should I say, they're not as rich as, should I say, they're not as good as we think they are. We just like clamor towards them because they give us this cheap feeling of happiness, when instead of us to like, I don't know where I'm going with this, but that's all I have for today, man. I'm tired. I've said a lot and I feel kind of sleepy now, and I just need to like rest so that I can have strength for tomorrow, man. Yeah, thank you for listening and staying with me. I've been talking for almost fucking an hour and 30 minutes. Yeah, and don't forget to like leave. Don't I don't even know why I never say this, but I feel like I'm doing like a shameless plug or something. Don't forget to like rate the podcast too, because if you don't rate it, how will people see it? How will the algorithm gods like show it to more people? And also like there is usually like a place where you can like leave a comment below. Don't forget to do that too. And then also follow me on my like Twitter at General Prime, because Twitter these days that just seems kind of enjoyable. The stories there that I see are like just crazy, man. So anyway, yeah, that's where you can find me. And thank you for listening and giving me your audience, giving me your ears. And I'll talk to you guys next week, Sunday. All right, bye everybody.